7 Mercedes models that will bankrupt you in 2026. One of these Mercedes looks like a $15,000 bargain, but it's not. It's a financial trap, and some owners didn't find out until the bill arrived. We're talking $9,000 repair bills on cars bought for $12,000. Some of these mistakes will cost you everything you saved. These are the 7 Mercedes models that have destroyed more budgets than almost anything else on the used market. And wait until you see the model at number 1. It looks the best on paper and hurts the most in real life. Real owners, real receipts. Let's get into it. Number 7, 2012 to 2018, Mercedes CLS, starting around $18,000 to $28,000 used. Let's open with the one that breaks hearts. The CLS is one of the most beautiful cars Mercedes has ever built. 4 doors, coupe roofline, that long dramatic hood. People stop and stare at this car, and that is exactly why it's so dangerous. You fall in love with how it looks, and you stop asking the questions that matter. The twin-turbo V8 powering the CLS 550 is a magnificent engine when it's healthy. When it's not, it is one of the most expensive engines Mercedes has ever put in a car. On a cold morning, some owners hear a faint rattle at startup. That rattle is not a minor issue. That rattle is the sound of an $8,000 to $12,000 timing chain repair building itself every single morning until the day it finally lets go. The turbos fail too, $6,000 to $8,000 per side, and the CLS has 2 of them. Then the air suspension sags overnight. The panoramic roof drains block and send water directly into the electronics. Modules fry, carpets soak, warning lights multiply. One owner bought a 2014 CLS 550 for $24,000. Month 3, the cold start rattle appeared. The shop quoted $9,400. He sold the car instead and lost $8,000 on the sale because the rattle had destroyed the resale value. Total loss in 4 months, over $11,000. Never again, he wrote, $11,000 in 4 months on a car he thought was a deal. Here is the cruelest part. The CLS depreciates fast. You buy it for $22,000. 2 years later, it's worth $16,000. And somewhere in between, you've spent $14,000 keeping it running. The math never works. Bottom line, the dream is real. The repair bills are realer. Buy this one with your eyes fully open, or don't buy it at all. Number 6, 2007 to 2013, Mercedes S-Class W221, starting around $12,000 to $22,000 used. Here is the fantasy. At $15,000 on the used market, you're getting a car that costs $90,000 new. Full-size luxury, massaging seats, air suspension, the most advanced Mercedes of its era. You feel like you've outsmarted the market. That feeling is the trap. The first week feels incredible. The car is smooth, commanding, and effortlessly fast. You wonder why everyone doesn't buy used flagship Mercedes. You feel like the smartest person in the room. Then month 3 arrives, a warning light. Nothing dramatic, just a small amber glow on the dashboard. You take it in. The diagnosis alone costs $250. The repair, $1,800 for an air suspension sensor and recalibration. You pay it because it's still a $90,000 car, right? Month 6, the rear air suspension corner drops overnight. You walk out to a car sitting lopsided on your driveway. The quote this time is $4,200 for the rear system. You start doing the math for the first time. Month 8, the infotainment system goes dark. $2,500 to replace. By the end of year 1, you have spent more on repairs than most people spend on a reliable used car outright. Every single piece of technology that made the W221 extraordinary in 2008 is now old, expensive, and in many cases, impossible to justify repairing. The air suspension, $4,000 to $6,000 for a full system repair. The active body control on the 600, $8,000 to $12,000. The infotainment system, $2,000 to $4,000 to replace. Individual seat modules, $800 to $1,500 each. And the W221 has a lot of seat modules. On the diesel S350, add particulate filter failures, add blue system faults, and exhaust recirculation problems on top of everything else. Real owners have reported spending $8,000 to $12,000 in a single year on a car they bought for $14,000. One owner posted this on a Mercedes diesel forum. First year of ownership, $11,000 in repairs. Air suspension failed at 6 months. Infotainment died at 8 months. Particulate filter needed forced regeneration at 11 months. I called it the most beautiful money pit I have ever owned. Sold it for $9,000, $5,000 less than I paid. Total loss, including repairs, over $16,000. I now drive a Lexus. $16,000 gone on a car that looked like the smartest buy in the parking lot. The S-Class doesn't know what you paid for it. The air suspension doesn't care. The seat modules don't care. They fail on their schedule, not yours. Number 5, 2006 to 2011. Mercedes ML and GL W164, starting around $8,000 to $16,000 used. This one looks bulletproof. Big, capable, premium, and at $12,000, it feels like you're getting a full-size luxury SUV for the price of a basic sedan. That feeling is exactly what makes it so dangerous. The diesel versions carry 2 specific killers, and the brutal part is that one directly triggers the other. It starts with the oil cooler seals. They sit deep in the engine, and when they fail, oil and coolant begin to mix. Getting to them requires a partial engine lift. The bill runs $3,000 to $5,000. And this is not a question of if, it is a question of when. But here is where it gets worse. As those seals leak, oil begins coating the intake system. It finds its way to the swirl flap actuators, small motors sitting in the intake manifold. Those actuators were never designed to run in oil-contaminated air. They seize, they break apart, and when they do, debris goes straight into the engine. Now, you are not talking about a seal replacement. You are not talking about an actuator repair. You are talking about an engine that has ingested its own components. The check engine light comes on. You take it in expecting a minor fix. The mechanic calls you back with a number that doesn't feel real, because the bill didn't start with one problem. It started with one leak that nobody caught in time and cascaded into 3. Air suspension adds another $1,500 to $2,000 per corner on top of everything else. 4 corners. The math is brutal. One Mercedes specialist said it plainly: if the oil cooler seals haven't been serviced in the last 20,000 miles with quality parts, don't negotiate, don't inspect further, just walk away. The gas versions carry their own timing risk on top of everything else. So whichever engine you choose on the W164, you're playing the same expensive game. Bottom line, without full documented service history and a pre-purchase inspection from a Mercedes specialist, this car will cost you far more than you saved buying it cheap, every single time. Number 4, 2006 to 2009, Mercedes E350 C230 CLK 350. Starting around $6,000 to $10,000 used. This is the one that gets first-time Mercedes buyers every single time. You find it online, clean body, leather interior, German engineering at a price that feels almost too good to be true. And it is. Here is what happens. Deep inside this engine sits a small gear, the balance shaft gear. In early production models, Mercedes made it from a material that wears out. Not if, when. And when it goes, it doesn't send you a warning light first. It takes the entire timing system with it. The repair requires removing half the front of the engine. Owners routinely spend $4,000 to $6,000 fixing a problem that switches on without warning on a car worth $7,000. That's before the intake flaps fail, adding another $1,100 in parts alone, before the engine mounts collapse, before the oil leaks start stacking. One owner put it simply: I bought it for $6,500, drove it for 3 months, then a check engine light, then another. By month 5, I had spent $4,200 on a car now worth less than I had put into it. I parked it and walked away. Before you buy one of these, have a Mercedes specialist pull the fault codes. If you see P0016 or P0017, cam and crank correlation faults, you walk. Immediately, no negotiation. Bottom line, the years to avoid are 2004 through 2008 production. Get it wrong, and you will spend more fixing it than you ever paid for it. Number 3, 2016 and 2017 Mercedes GLE, starting around $22,000 to $28,000 used. Transition year cars are a specific kind of dangerous, and this is the textbook example. Mercedes was working out the problems. You were the one paying for that process. The 2016 and 2017 GLE came with a transmission that shifted harshly and unpredictably. Valve body failures before 80,000 miles, $2,000 to $4,000. Then the air suspension starts going. One corner sagging, then 2. $1,500 to $2,000 per corner. And the electronics never let you relax. Warning lights, sensor failures, $800 to diagnose, $1,200 more to fix. Then it happens again 2 months later. This is not a car that hits you with one devastating bill. It hits you with a slow, relentless bleed that never quite stops. 6 months in, $6,000 gone, and the car still doesn't feel right. Bottom line, the 2018 GLE onwards is a significantly better ownership experience. The 2016 and 2017 are the years you pay for Mercedes working out the kinks. Don't be the one who funds that education. Number 2, 2019 Mercedes GLC pre-facelift, starting around $28,000 to $35,000 used. This one looks like the smart buy. New enough to feel modern, old enough to have dropped in price, the GLC is one of Mercedes' best-selling models for a reason, and the 2019 looks like the sweet spot. But here is what the listing doesn't mention. 14 recalls, structural issues, electrical failures, seatbelt faults, safety-critical problems that Mercedes had to go back and fix after these cars were already in people's driveways. Recalls are free. The electrical damage they leave behind is not. Owners buying these cars used, outside of warranty, found themselves paying $2,000 to $4,000 for damage the recall didn't fully cover. One owner posted this: $31,000, 3 months later, warning lights everywhere, $2,800 out of pocket. 6 months after that, another $1,900 for a module failure. $4,700 spent on a car I had owned less than a year. That is not bad luck. That is a pattern. Bottom line, the 2020 facelift GLC is a meaningfully better car. The 2019 is the version you skip. 14 recalls and the electrical bills that follow are not worth the depreciation saving. Number 1 of 2020, Mercedes GLE W167 first year, starting around $38,000 to $48,000 used. This is the one nobody sees coming. Everything else on this list is old, high mileage, bought cheap. The 2020 GLE is none of those things. It is nearly new, fully loaded, and looks and feels like a premium modern SUV. And it has 36 documented recalls. 36! The 48-volt mild hybrid system developed ground faults, causing simultaneous failures across multiple electrical systems at once. The air conditioning unit leaked water directly into the passenger footwell, silently, slowly, creeping through the carpet and into the wiring harness, corroding it from the inside out. Owners didn't know until the electrical failures started cascading. By then, the damage was already done. $3,000 to $6,000 to remediate properly on a car they had paid $45,000 for. And then there were the speed control anomalies. Owners reported the car accelerating without any input from the driver. One documented case, a 2020 GLE drove itself into a highway divider. Let that land for a moment. This is not a timing chain. This is not a leaking seal. This is a nearly new $45,000 Mercedes accelerating on its own. One owner described what happened after the warranty expired. Everything was fine for the first 14 months. Then the warranty ran out. Within 60 days, the electrical system started throwing faults I had never seen before. The dealer quoted $4,500. When I asked if this was related to the recalls, they said the recalls had been completed, but the damage from the water intrusion had already been done long before anyone checked. I paid it. I had no choice. The car was worth $38,000 and I still owed $32,000 on it. That is the part Mercedes doesn't put in the brochure. The recalls get completed, the paperwork gets signed, but the corrosion that built up silently inside the wiring harness, that doesn't get fixed with a software update. That lives in the car. And when the warranty expires, it becomes your problem entirely. Mercedes used its own customers to beta test the 2020 GLE, and those customers paid for it in repair bills, in stress, and in at least one case, in a highway barrier. The 2021 and 2022 GLE are significantly more stable cars, but the 2020, not at any price, not at any discount, not with any warranty. You skip it, full stop. Screenshot this before you go. 7 models to avoid: CLS 550, twin-turbo V8, 2012 to 2018. S-Class W221, 2007 to 2013, all engines. ML and GLW 164, 2006 to 2011. E350/C 230/C LK 350, 2004 to 2008 production. GLE 2016 and 2017 only. GLC 2019 pre-facelift only. GLEW 167 2020. First year, no exceptions. Safer alternatives. WU2 R12 E-Class 2010 to 2016, naturally aspirated V6. GLK 2009 to 2015, 350 V6. GLC 2020 facelift and later. E320 CDI 2005 to 2006, the bulletproof diesel. One rule before you buy any Mercedes: pre-purchase inspection. Mercedes specialist, non-negotiable. 7 models, 7 patterns, 7 ways a Mercedes turns your savings into someone else's paycheck. The right Mercedes, right year, right engine, is one of the greatest cars on the road. The wrong one will teach you a $16,000 lesson. Now you know the difference. If this video saved you from a bad decision, or if you have already lived one of these stories, tell me in the comments. What did you buy? What did it cost you? And what are you driving now? I read every single one. Drive smart. See you in the next one.